Hey guys, it's Maddie. So, recently, like yesterday, we went to a convention called Comiccon 2019, which was located in North Olmsted, Ohio. Now, this convention was a little bit special because it will be my second time coming to this convention, and I was something completely different, like a whole different universe than I was last year. Now, this year, I went as something kind of special. So, I'm going to show you guys something. Do any of you guys recognize this? If you've seen like any pictures from like my dad or stuff on Facebook, you might recognize this. In case you haven't, this is probably where you've seen it from. This is my Star Sapphire armor. But I was really excited to pull this out again because it's been 4 years since I've worn this armor. But we made it even more special. We made them light up. You can see mine kind of lights up like this. And then I'm going to pull out my dad's sword, in case you can't see this gigantic sword next to me. And bada boom, bada boom. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. I'm going to turn that off though. So, also, while we were there, when we first got there, Dad convinced me not to wear armor when we first got there, because it was very hot. Well, it wasn't really hot, but we didn't really want to put on the armor just yet so we could get a first view without having to be stopped and pulled aside with pictures and stuff. So, why don't we play the walkthrough that we did? So at about noon, we decided to go get some lunch. Now, when I first saw the bus we rode, I was surprised. And you're not going to believe this, but it was a limo bus. And not only was it just a limo bus, it was the same limo bus that I rode on in school for selling stuff. This was like the shuttle that brought you to where they had the overflow parking and stuff. However, on that topic, guess what happened? So there weren't very many parking spots left. And yet, we still managed to get a really this year because we made our own in the middle of the grass. Yeah. Okay, we got the armor. What do you guys think? And look at this. Can't really see it here, but bing! It lights up. Okay, let's get started. If any of you guys saw our last video on the last convention I went to, you would know that I dressed up as Serena. And when I was there, I saw another Serena. She wasn't like the normal Serena. She was the one from the first season I was the one from the second season. But it was so cool to see another one. As soon as I saw her, I pulled Dad aside and I'm like, wait, is that? I gotta get a picture with him. Run. It was really cool to see another one of the characters that I've cosplayed as, since they're not usually as common as I would like to see them. Okay, so we just finished at the costume contest. We didn't place anything or anything like that, but me and Dad are currently on our way back to change out of these hot and sweaty costumes. Okay, it's so hot. You guys probably don't realize how hot it is standing around in those costumes all day, and I had no idea until now. I'm gonna say something that I've never said in my life. I do not like wearing armor, and I don't know how my dad can wear armor. When we were walking around, we were basically dying of heat. It was so hot wearing like all that armor and trying to walk around and stuff. And now I see why my dad's so slow, because I was still a little bit slow as well. Whew. It was really hot because with the armor like right up against you, and I had 2 shirts on and I was dying. So we walked around for a bit. We got stopped for a lot, and I mean a lot of pictures. But then again, that doesn't bother me because I love taking pictures with people, and they always love my dad's Voltron costume. Which actually, this is the head. Yeah. I'm just going to finish it in this. So, this was my dad's Voltron costume, and it's really, really cool. It's, really big and really awesome. Now, on that same topic, I'm sorry, I'm going to be moving around a lot. I'm going to be jumping around a lot in this one. While we were there, we walked by one of the vendors, and one of the vendors, well, we were still dying at this time, but one of the vendors saw my dad's costume, and he's like, I recognize you. And he said, oh, wait, stay here for a minute. I have something for you. Then he gave my dad this. This was kind of a poster that he drew himself, and I still don't know what any of it is because I've never watched Voltron, which I really need to watch Voltron. We're going to have to find a time where we can do that, but yeah, just look at that. Look at that. That's amazing, and he just gave it to us for free. So yeah, thanks to the vendor who gave my dad this. Okay, let's see what's next. Now, we were also walking around practically dying, as I've been saying the entire time, just because I don't like wearing armor. When we walked by one of the vendors, this guy who we talked to a little bit earlier, he asked us, like, are you guys okay? And we're like, no. And he handed us 2 bottles of water, which I gotta say absolutely helped us. It was so nice of him because, well, that really helped to cool us down and stuff, and we weren't sweating as much because we carried the water bottles with us wherever we went, which was really nice. So, thank you. Also, while we were there, as you guys probably know, I'm a fan of Simpsons. I don't know why. I just like the concept. So I got a comic. Yeah, it's got like a signed signature on the top in case you can't see that. I usually try and get these every time I'm there because I really like reading the comics and I watch the TV show. But I hope I don't get copyrighted for that. Okay, let's see, what was the last thing? Now, while we were there, I saw the most amazing costume. It wasn't amazing because it was big or because it was cool. It was amazing because of the thought into it. When we were there, we saw an evil queen. A certain evil queen who absolutely impressed me and my dad. This evil queen was awesome. She had like the whole crown. She had like really cool props and stuff with like a little cup with like a glass that like lit up and a skull. I think I don't really remember. And then she had this book. Now this book was really cool. And since she told us the secret of the book, I think it's fair that I can talk about it a little bit without revealing too much. The book can open, and inside was like all of her stuff, like her phone and her money and her keys and stuff like that. So it was just an easy way for her to carry her stuff around, which I gotta admit was like a really good idea. And well, she was definitely one of my favorite costumes I saw there. Now the second costume I want to talk about was a Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians. This costume was absolutely amazing. The feathers, the long black dress, the hair, and even though it was a dude, it was still awesome because it was one of my favorite costumes that I've ever seen in my entire life. And what was funny is that it was covered in lots and lots of feathers. Now, the feathers were really cool for one reason. Wherever he walked, the feathers would leave a trail behind him, which was really cool because everyone was making fun of him because of that. Not in like a mean way, but in like a sarcastic way. Geez, they're gonna have a lot to clean up today, and stuff like that. So that was definitely also one of my favorites. Now, kind of going towards the end of the convention, we're gonna talk a little bit about the costume contest. Now, I'm gonna say something that I haven't said in a very long time. This costume contest was huge, and I'm sorry because I wasn't able to get any video footage of it, except for towards the ending, because, well, I was in it. Because this year, since I'm 13, I was competing with the teenagers and adults. I wasn't in the kids' costume contest anymore. Now, as I said before, you guys remember how much I loved the Evil Queen? Well, she actually ended up winning for the adults. Yeah, she won, and she totally deserved it. Now, the way that they did the costume contest was the adults got one prize, the kids got one prize, the teens got one prize, and then the overall winner. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that the evil queen got first for the adult. For the teenagers, the corpse bride won, and I gotta say I absolutely adored that costume. I wish I could have gotten a picture with her, but her outfit was just amazing. I loved it. The overall winner was a character from Star Wars. I don't know what it was, but he was a character from Star Wars. So yeah. And for the kids, I gotta say, the Mad Hatter won for the kids. And I absolutely loved that because he was so cute. The costume was such a good idea. And it was absolutely awesome. So that pretty much wraps up the end of the costume contest. However, guess how many people entered? 80. 80 people entered the stupid costume contest. Not stupid, but 80 people entered it. There was behind all the walls and stuff, there was a huge line that wrapped around. It was so big. And since me and my dad were in armor, we kept bumping into the people next to us, and we just kept apologizing, saying, I'm sorry. Because we didn't mean to. We were just a lot bigger than we're used to being. Well, that I'm used to being. My dad wears a lot of big costumes. Hashtag sparkle murder pie. But, yeah, that pretty much wraps up the costume contest. So when we did I'm sorry about the walkthrough because I wanted to apologize about that because even though we did get some good footage of it, I was not in my armor yet because we didn't have time to do a really good one. But we did a pretty good job for not being in costume for that. So I'm sorry about that. Next time I'm not wearing armor because I'm gonna wear something that I can actually walk around in. Whew. And I'm definitely looking forward to a lot more of these conventions that I'll be participating in the future. And once again, before I end this video, never be afraid to say hi to me. I'm always happy to meet people who watch these videos, and it's just a lot of fun for me. So, with that being said, bye!